What if you could email a physical object? Seems impossible, right? Well, for NASA, this seeming impossibility has become a reality. Thanks to the marvels of 3D printing, NASA can now essentially email tools to astronauts aboard the International Space Station. Here's how it works. A digital file of the desired tool is sent from Earth to the 3D printer aboard the station. This printer then uses a special type of plastic to construct the object layer by layer, effectively printing a physical object miles above our planet. This is a game changer for space exploration. It eliminates the need for pre-launch packing of every possible tool and the waiting time for resupply missions, making space travel more flexible and efficient. Imagine forgetting a tool on a mission to Mars. No problem, just print it. So next time you hit send on an email, just remember, NASA is sending wrenches and screwdrivers the same way. When you picture a desert, what comes to mind? Miles and miles of endless sand, perhaps? Well, let's debunk a sandy misconception about the Sahara, the world's largest hot desert. Contrary to popular belief, only a quarter of the Sahara is actually sandy. Surprised? I bet you are. The rest of the Sahara is made up of diverse landscapes, including gravel plains, elevated plateaus, and even lush oases. Imagine that. There's also the rocky Hamada, a type of desert landscape that is primarily composed of barren, hard, rocky plateaus. What about the sand dunes then? Yes, they exist, but they cover only about 15% of the Sahara's total area. These dunes can tower up to 600 feet high. That's almost twice the height of the Statue of Liberty. So the Sahara, far from being just a sea of sand, is a much more diverse landscape than we imagine. Ever wondered why bananas curve? Or if the moon ever had volcanic activity? Let's dive right in. Bananas, as odd as it may seem, grow upside down. They start off growing towards the ground, but then in a fascinating display of nature's ingenuity, they take a U-turn and grow towards the sun, curving in the process. This phenomenon, known as negative geotropism, gives bananas their unique curved shape. Now switching gears to something a bit more extraterrestrial. Lunar volcanoes. It's hard to fathom, but when dinosaurs roamed the Earth, there were volcanoes erupting on the moon. Yes, you heard that right. The moon, that placid celestial body we see every night, was once geologically active, with volcanic eruptions shaping its surface. So there you have it, bananas and the moon. Strange as it sounds, both defy our typical expectations. Man's best friend has a peculiar sniffing habit, and avocados have a rather intimate origin story. Interested? Let's start with our furry friends. Dogs, it turns out, have a preference when it comes to sniffing. They tend to use their left nostril when they're sniffing out something pleasant. This is because the right and left nostrils are wired to different parts of the dog's brain, with the left side being more connected to positive emotions. Fascinating, isn't it? Now, let's shift gears to the world of fruits, specifically the creamy and beloved avocado. Believe it or not, the name avocado has a rather intimate backstory. It comes from the Nahuatl word ahuacatl, which translates to testicle. This name was likely chosen due to the fruit's shape and the fact that it was considered to possess aphrodisiac qualities. So, the next time you enjoy some guacamole, remember its cheeky etymology. Talk about a fruit with a cheeky backstory and a dog's curious sniffing habit. Famous poets and farts. An unlikely pair, don't you think? But here we are, about to dive into the peculiar world of T.S. Eliot, renowned poet and Nobel laureate. Known for his profound and soul-stirring verses, Eliot had a rather eccentric quirk. He was quite fond of wearing green makeup. Yes, you heard that right. The man who penned The Wasteland and Four Quartets had a penchant for sporting a verdant complexion. A curious choice indeed, but one that adds a touch of whimsy to his otherwise serious persona. Now let's shift gears from highbrow literature to a bit of toilet humor. The word fizzle, today typically associated with a lack of success or a disappointing outcome, has a rather flatulent origin. Yes, it began as a term for silent but deadly emissions. Quite a shift in meaning over the centuries, wouldn't you agree? Who knew that poetry and farts could be so intertwined? Ready for some surprising facts about your own body and language? Let's start with a little known fact about your body. Do you ever wonder why grandparents seem to have larger noses and ears? It's not an illusion, folks. Human noses and ears do, in fact, keep growing as we age. But why does this happen? The answer lies in gravity and collagen. Our skin is kept tight and firm by a protein called collagen. As we age, collagen production decreases, causing our skin to lose its elasticity. Combine that with the relentless pull of gravity, and over time our noses and ears appear larger as they continue to droop. So remember, it's not your imagination playing tricks on you. Your ears and nose are indeed growing. Now, let's move from our bodies to language. Have you ever thought about the alphabet and numbers? Specifically, the letter A and numbers below 1000. Here's a fun fact. No number before 1000 contains the letter A. Think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. You could go all the way to 999 and you still wouldn't find a single A. It's only when we hit 1000 that this first vowel of the alphabet makes an appearance. While it might seem like a small detail, it's a fascinating quirk of the English language that you might not have noticed before. These surprising facts about our bodies and language remind us of the intriguing complexities of being human. From the continuous growth of our noses and ears to the peculiar absence of A in numbers less than 1000, there's always something new to discover about ourselves and the world around us. So next time you look in the mirror or count to 1000, remember these fascinating facts. And there you have it, a whirlwind tour of some of the most surprising facts about our world. We've journeyed from the cutting-edge 3D printing technology of NASA to the sandy misconceptions of the Sahara. We've delved into the upside-down growth of bananas, the lunar volcanoes of dinosaur times, and the quirky sniffing habits of our canine friends. We've even explored the curious origins of avocados, the eccentricities of T.S. Eliot, and some surprising truths about our own bodies. Remember, there's always more to learn, and the world is full of surprises.